Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 10, 10, where we reach double digits now, for Gladria South. I am your humble DM Tyler, and with me I have everyone here. So, if you guys would like to reintroduce yourselves to the peoples, as we reached episode 10, surprisingly. So,
Hey guys, I'm Robin. I play Kaz, the Fearbolg Druid.
I'm Fate. I'm playing Grimshaw, the Bard.
I'm Doc. I'm playing Divino, High Elf Cleric.
I'm Sirius. I'm playing Zer, the Bugbear Monk.
and then we're just waiting on Doc, if you'd like to reintroduce yourself to the audience.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's all
Hi,
good.
everyone. I am Rasta, and I am playing the Asmar Paladin, Doc.
Alrighty. So without further ado, let's go back to where we once were. So you guys defended the rest of the tower of back at the monastery. Turns out the woman in red seems like to be some warlock lady. Was facing off against the rest of the monks. In the midst of it, you guys found a golden dragon encountering like a large demonic dog. Throughout the course of the battle, you guys were able to stomp your way, and along the fight, you met a Azamar paladin by the name of Doc, who was assisting you guys in the matter. Afterwards, the woman exploded after getting ganged on by everyone, and since then, you guys discovered that the golden dragon was actually the Grand Master of the temple, upon which he died, using the last of his strength to defend the monastery. You guys then, some of you paid tribute to the monk. Zer, you were given the staff to be borrowed by both Alric and Eridan, who now are co-managing the monk monastery. You guys then took some rest, upon which Eridan showed you guys that the reason why the cultists were probably there in the first place was to find a map of the entire forest, which basically gives you access to the forest map. So, fearing that they might attack again, he entrusted the scroll to you guys. You guys then used the scroll to locate the cultist lair, upon which you found it. You guys, even despite all this, Gaudy got fired. And then Zer sneakily went past all of you and went deeper into the cave. Concerning for Zer's safety, you guys then went into the cave. Once you find Zer and discover there wasn't much, the ground beneath you gave way, upon which you've reached undercroft. And you guys are at the distance see a large obelisk, knowing that your ultimate goal is further ahead. And right before we left from the last session, you guys see the clear dead body of the necromancer laying up against the rock with no hands on himself whatsoever and a broken bottom jaw. As you guys start to investigate its body, the body just came to life as some ethereal being was starting to speak with you. And I believe one of you guys asked it a question before we signed off at the last session. So this is where we are right now. So this body of the necromancer is just leaning up against the back of this rock. Its lower jaw almost hyperextended and just melted with nothing but skeletal. But clearly some other entity is communicating through you through this individual. And you guys already know that the symbol that is around his neck is a cult symbol of the undead. For what else you would gather from that, you aren't too sure. And I believe one of you asked a question.
Ooh. Does anyone? I don't remember.
I mean, I can
What
open up
question?
the episode and scroll.
Could fast forward.
All right.
But
I remember yelling, "Fix it! Fix it! Fix it! Fix it!"
Question. Who are you?
this entity speaks to you through him, says, I am one who whose affairs you are meddling with. I am one of the 5 who will bring doom to this world. I am Necro, god of undeath. Davino, go ahead and make a religion check for me, please. As being an alkalite, you might remember this name.
I rolled a 2
You-
plus 6.
You do not recall the name whatsoever.
Well, I don't remember you, so can't be that important.
Well, I got religion too. Wait a minute. Zer is surprisingly religious.
Would you like to attempt a religious check, sir?
Yeah, that
Sure.
is my proficiency.
Sure.
Oh, that's a 12. Never mind.
You don't remember. It's something. The name sounds familiar, but you can't quite figure it out. But this entity continues. I was the first to be resurrected, thus given the name. Me and my father, along with our rest of our cohorts, will ensure that this realm will suffer from death, plague, and other such terrible things. The gods have reigned for far too long, have kept the world far too plentiful. It must be refurbished.
I don't know what he's talking about, so it can't be that important. It's those are kind of the only things I really remember, like the keynotes, the really important things, and the basics. I don't
Right.
feel like he's that memorable.
Well, what are the names of the other 4? You said there were 5 of you. Okay. I didn't think it was that funny a
yes.
question.
Me, my father, 2 outsiders, and you've met the followers of another. We shall choke the life out of the gods and bring the world to its knees. Turn back. You are meddling with the affairs of the divine.
Yeah, it seems to be our lot in life.
Well, thanks for the chat. Anyway, were we just going
At this
to
point, the
continue?
figure just like it looks like it's having like a seizure, but then eventually this light green light that emanates like fades away, and the body just collapses and falls down on the ground.
Well,
Can we go now?
Yeah,
Well, that
warnings be
was-
damned.
who would even anyway? Who even thinks that that's scary?
I want to loot his corpse.
You try to go through his entire corpse. The only thing he has, other than the robes and the common clothes that he's wearing, is this weird necklace that he is wearing around his neck.
I take the necklace.
You do so. You have taking a closer look, you see that this is like it looks like a holy symbol, but it's quite the opposite of that, if that makes sense.
It's like an unholy symbol.
I was just about to make the joke.
Could I do a religion check on this one?
Yeah, make a religion check.
I will assist.
Oh,
Sure.
thank you for that.
You
'cause
both
that was
look at the symbol.
just a tad. I'm rolling crap. Let's get these crap rolls out with this religion check. Dang.
10 with advantage.
Yeah. First one
Um,
was a 7.
it looks similar to the other symbols you've seen on the cultist, but this is a different symbol altogether. You don't know what it is about.
I turn into Vino. Hey, you want to hold this?
Not really.
Doc,
Kind of.
you want to hold this?
What?
Doc?
Oh.
Doctor.
Oh.
Doctor. I go up in the doctor's face. Doctor. Hey,
I,
are you
I
awake behind
hear,
this mask?
I hear you. I've come over to look at the body myself a bit. I heard that they said it was of
It's an
Unholy?
unholy symbol. What I'm gonna trademark it as.
Oh, maybe he knows what it is. You should take a look at it, Doctor.
I gotta find my religion.
What is your background, Doc?
Phalost.
Phalos? Okay, go ahead and make your... Yeah, just go ahead and make a regular religion check.
Grimshaw's gonna sit down and start playing the guitar.
You do so.
Yeah, Doc, I just kind of take it, look at it, turn it upside down. I got a 9.
You do not
Look at it,
recognize this symbol.
kind of hand it back, shrugs. I wish I could tell you more, but this is not from my homeland, so I am not sure.
Well, should we save it? I can carry it in my pack if no one else will.
I thought the doctor was carrying it.
I can carry it, yes.
If the doctor wants to carry it, sure. Well, okay. Is there, DM? Is there like anything else around here, or is it just like rocks?
It's whatever you see currently on the map.
Okay. All right. Well, unless you guys want to turn back, like he said, I think we should maybe keep going.
I point to where we fell from.
True. Well, I guess no choice but to go forward. And she's just gonna start walking.
Alrighty. I'm assuming you guys are following suit.
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty. So you guys continue your way. Eventually, you guys come across an entrance to a forest of some kind. However, this forest is not your regular forest. You guys see, you guys have been walking on stone and rock this whole time. And when you look upon this entire area, you see that little grass is slowly coming out of the cracks underneath the earth. Amongst that, you do see what seems like to be a bunch of weird bioluminescent fungi-looking plants, and then the trees themselves are not necessarily trees, but rather more like obscure trees that twist and turn in different directions. That actually seems like to be covered in not just fungi, but also like weird pulsing matter around it as well. For our druid of the group, Kaz, go ahead and make a general nature check for me, please.
Okay. 16?
You recognize this type of forest being a more fungal forest. It would make sense that one would live underneath the earth. As far as like what could possibly live here, as far as plant life, you know that a bunch of fungi and weird trees are about. Another thing that could possibly be there is perhaps living plant matter along with your regular average creatures, so there's a high chance that the plants over here might actually be alive.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna communicate that with everyone. And well, I mean, does the forest, vibe check on the forest actually? Does it feel scary or okay?
If it's more of an unsure type of forest, you're not used to these type of forests. You just heard about them and kind of get the gist of what they're in. As far as like a vibe, it's more of an unsurety. You don't know what to expect. You just know that, hey, this is what I know about the forest. What I'll actually experience, who knows?
Okay. Well, I think until it shows that it's until it shows that it's going to try to harm us, I don't see why this should be any different from a normal forest.
You say that, but the forest we came from was designed to make us get lost.
True. Maybe this one is designed to make us trip balls or something.
Well, that would be
I-
nice.
I don't think it'll be nice down here, though.
Perhaps not. And Kaz is just gonna
Can you
Go.
stop running away?
Can we? I thought we wanted to go. Are you scared of mushrooms?
No, but literally, stop running ahead. You get hit a lot.
Okay. True. That's fair.
Okay.
Fine.
As you guys go deeper and deeper into the forest, I gotta see which one this is. I think this is it.
Whoops.
Frost is huge.
As you guys go in, you look inside the forest and you see more of like the trees exploiting like this type of like fey like flowers coming from the actual trees, and you see a lot more bio-illuminating spores which allow you to see. Weirdly enough, as you are getting more deeper to the forest, you start to notice, Kaz, that throughout this whole time you're like, this air, it breathes differently. And as you take a closer look at the forest, especially with all this bioluminescence going on, you start to realize that you guys have been inhaling spores this whole time. However, it has done nothing to harm your body in some way, shape, or form.
Are there any
Mhm.
noticeable effects?
You notice from the nearby that it could be the fungal matter that is around this area. Some of the spores are giving the light that you guys are able to see. But as far as harmful effects to you, there doesn't seem to be any. It's weird.
Okay. I'm going to keep that information to myself right now
Okay, cool.
until I don't know, I get more information.
Gotcha. But other than that, the rest of you just see a bunch of colorful yellow and blue bioluminescent fungi that is lighting the path ahead. And you guys can move your tokens and roleplay if you wish.
I feel like this is very dirty.
Like the
Mhm.
mushrooms?
It's like being underground, because like above ground there's dirt, so now we're like in holes in dirt.
Well, we can take a nice long shower when we're done. Kaz is like drawing as many of these mushrooms and flowers and plants as she can, like just very roughly sketching them.
Okay, you're just sketching them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And like I'm writing down information about them because I want to like review my notes
Sure.
later and see if I can identify them at all.
Sure, you do so.
Okay.
Zer, Grimshaw, you doing anything? You see You see Doc and Davino walking through the forest. You see Kaz. Seems like to be sketching and taking down notes of the plant life around you. What are you two doing?
Let's see. Can I do a medicine check on these mushrooms?
What are you trying to incite from these mushrooms?
Whether they're poisonous, whether they're medicinal.
Sure. Go ahead and make a medicine check. This would actually be it would be. Would it be medicine? It's either medicine or nature.
I'm only proficient in med.
I'll give it to you. I'll give you medicine.
What the hell's with these crappy rolls? That's an 8.
You don't know. It's mushroom that glows.
I'm backing away. I was like, F this.
Grimshaw, you doing anything as all this is
Yeah.
going on?
Grimshaw has a ton of wooden guitar picks that are painted purple that you guys have definitely found them like in your stuff before, like they're everywhere. And I'm gonna cast Glyph of Warding on it.
Okay, so you
And-
cast Glyph of Warding on the pick.
Yeah, it like glows for a second, and then he focuses on his second level invisibility spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna store that spell inside of it.
Alrighty, you do so. A flash happens near Grimshaw, and you just putting the pick in your pocket
Cool.
or on your strap, as I like to call it. So So it's at the quick and ready.
Oh, it says I have to set like a clause for it to activate unless I activate it with an action.
Right.
And I'm gonna set that clause to be if I ever take damage, it goes off.
Gotcha. So whenever you take damage, you go invisible. Let me write that down. All right. What do you guys would like to do? You guys could continue role playing. Otherwise, we could just move on.
When Kaz is done sketching like the plants around her, is there anything I notice about them while looking at them, or any of the notes I made that tells me anything about how they would affect people if ingested or anything like that?
Them being the plants.
Yeah, the plants and the mushrooms.
What is your nature nature and medicine modifiers?
My nature modifier is I have a +4 and I'm proficient,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Which is a +6.
that, which is yeah, no,
+7.
+7.
Okay.
Yeah. And the medicine?
Yep.
Just a +3.
So as far as nature-wise is concerned, what you could tell is that they definitely give this bioluminescent glow. You think it's just adaptation to being underground for such a long period of time. As far as its effects and what have you, you know that they're excreting this spore. And as far as harmfulling to you and your comrades, you're not too sure, but I will give you a medicine check with advantage to decipher more information about it.
16?
You get the feeling that there's a purpose for it, but it's not clear in your mind as of yet. So you know that, you know, spores excreting out from a plant would either be like a defensive or an offensive type of thing. For living plants, it would be something for something else, but you aren't quite discern of what the purpose of this particular fungi and plants are. You can't discern it quite yet. But you know they serve a purpose of some sort. Of what purpose, you aren't sure.
Kaz is just gonna like slam her book shut in frustration, and she's gonna try and get out of there and stop breathing these spores without like scaring anyone. So she's just gonna seemingly rush ahead again.
Okay.
Can I tell if these are magic mushrooms because I'm proficient with Arcana?
Make Arcana check.
17.
17. They glow, so maybe a light spell within them of some way, shape, or form. As far as how magical they are, you aren't too sure.
My God, they might be magical.
All right. And you guys see Kosh just walking faster through the forest, it seems.
Yeah, Zer's gonna try to. I mean, Zer's a monk. He can keep pace, but he's gonna catch up.
Okay. Alrighty.
Doc will clang on behind him.
Alrighty.
Try not to be too noisy.
Fair enough. You guys continue onward, deeper into the forest. What is it? I know your passive perception, Davina, but what's everyone else's passive perception?
A mighty 12.
13.
13.
10.
Alrighty. Davino, you're the only one that sees this because it's quite apparent. You guys are walking around and you're getting deeper and deeper into the forest. You hear some like weird noises, but you aren't too sure about it based on your guys' passive perception. However, with the 22 perception and you being observant, Davino, what you could see as like you hear a bunch of type of noises coming nearby you, and as you look around, you see these weird. I don't know if you could see it, but if not, I'll highlight them for you. You see like this clearly or no? Because they're kind of camouflaged amidst the plants.
I can see them.
You can see
Like
them?
a vague outline.
Vague outline? Okay. I'll make
Yeah.
the outline a little bit more lower. I wasn't so sure whether it would conflict or not, but I will highlight them a bit more better here. Oh, they got rid of that feature. Okay. But you guys basically see like small. You think it's like, oh, very tiny small puppies, but no, it's like mushroom puppies or something like that. and they're kind of like muttering to themselves, and then they all look at you. They're like, "Hello." You guys hear this all in your minds. Surprisingly weird enough. They don't have a mouth, but you hear them as if they speak in your mind. They're like, "Hello, welcome to our forest."
I'm fucking tripping.
This what it feels like to be on drugs.
Hello,
Wait.
we can see you.
Hello.
Hi.
What? I'm so sorry. We're not quite from here. So I'm. What are you?
We're mechanoids.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Am I familiar with myconoids?
You know that mechanoids are basically mushroom people, but you
Yeah.
don't really rarely see them. They're more around like that forest of fungal forests, which you don't recall any on your continent, but
Okay.
you're seeing them now.
Do I
Are they
do I know?
delicious?
They're kind of people.
Sauteed with onions and carrots.
Oh my god.
What?
They're joking. They're sorry about that. We were just discussing something, but
They walk
I-
towards you. They're four-legged things, and they're
You-
very small and tiny.
okay. Are they cute?
Oh, they look like at this picture, but different colors. But
Hell yeah.
they look cute, and they're like,
Hell yeah.
"What brings you to a forest?"
Just
We
passing through.
Oh, all right.
We fell down a hole, so
Oh no.
yeah. And then we found ourselves here. So couldn't quite go back up. So
I see. Come,
pushing on.
follow us.
Do
Would you like
okay.
to meet our queen?
yes, absolutely.
She
We'd be
look-
honored.
She looks like you, but covered in mushrooms.
Interesting.
God,
Do
I
you
need
guys
that queen.
can we go meet their queen?
Are you
Are you
serious?
there,
We gotta
Queen?
get the fuck out of here.
I don't think it's me. We might need allies or allies. Myconoid
Or-
queen.
And intel in general. We have no idea what the
Yeah.
fuck is going on in
Yeah,
this place.
I have no clue where we are. Yes, we will come. Absolutely.
Okay.
And I
Follow us.
introduce all of us. Okay.
All
You're
right.
not gonna hurt us, are you? Or turn us into mushrooms?
They are walking away from you. They don't seem to listen after us.
Can I use my psychic abilities to communicate with them?
It doesn't seem like it is unnecessary. Surprisingly enough, you guys hear this in your minds, and then cause it comes up to you. Oh, these fungal things and the myconoids, it makes perfect sense. It's like a way of them communicating to other people in the forest. It's weird. That now you don't know why you didn't think of it at first, but now it makes a lot more sense. It's wh-
Okay. It's like their hive mind.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's like, come on,
Um,
follow us.
All right.
They didn't say they weren't gonna kill us, by the way.
Well,
At this point, as you guys,
I feel like we're gonna
you
be
could
down
just
here for days.
kind of drop kick them if you need to.
No. We don't even know how many there are. We don't even know how many of these things are. There's 5 of them now. There could be hundreds or thousands later. Not doing this.
Hey, but like,
We become
could
friends
you
with their
eat them?
queen. Yeah, probably.
What?
Well, actually, I don't know much about the myconology of the, mushrooms here yet, so maybe wouldn't advise at the moment.
all right.
I mean, personally, I think we can forge our own path, but what's the say here?
We become friendly with a queen of a people, even if they are mushroom
Oh,
people.
Or we get
We
led
need
into a
allies
pit
down
and
here,
eaten?
do we not?
Well, they
We
haven't
don't
really-
even know what down here is. We don't know how large this place down
Yes,
here
we
is.
could probably get that information from
It's
them.
like a giant salad, and we're only in the mushroom section.
And
Alright,
what
well,
if we're only a few hours out from the other side and we spend days here? Then what?
Alright, let's at least see what they got. Let's spend the next hour seeing what these mushrooms are up to, and we'll go from there. But here's the
Okay.
thing. We'll be cool with mushrooms, but the next fucking vegetable that approaches us is kill on sight.
Okay,
Fair.
well, technically they're not vegetables, but
I don't
I'm not
care.
gonna argue semantics with you at them.
I don't know. They kind of look like vegetables.
As you guys get to the
wait,
halfway
hang on,
point,
but-
you see 2 other myconoids come out. They're about as tall as they're basically as tall as Gotti, but slightly taller. They're like dwarven size. And you see these two magnoids pop out speaking to the smaller ones. They're like, "Children, what have you brought?" "Oh, these are just fruits.
Children,
They're
you thought
speaking
these
to the
were
queen."
adults?
Do they pose threat? "No, they seem very nice, and one of them looks like a queen." You see these two machinoids look at you, Kaz, and then they're like, "Very well. Let them pass." And then they kind of let you guys pass.
Looks like you.
You guys
Think
thought
she
the
might
first
be-
people we met were adults. They were children. You
I-
had completely underestimated
they were-
this
I-
situation.
You don't want to hang out with kids.
Come
I
on,
do.
this way.
Now,
That sounds so. Can we just not talk about kids like that?
wait, hold on. Honestly, like I didn't
Okay.
think they were adults. I thought they were food. So, you know.
Food that talks.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like
This is what-
everything else we've seen and experienced is normal.
Listen. This is why I am a vegetarian because my food does talk.
So you eat them.
Wait, how do you? Wait,
You
wait, wait,
literally
wait,
just said your food talks. They look like
No.
food and they talk. You are their apex predator.
Yeah, you're a vegetarian. You eat nothing but them. That's even worse.
Kaz is just like, if Fearbolt could like get red with like just frustration and like annoyance at a situation, she would, but she can't. So she just walks away and starts
All right.
following them.
Follow the mushroom people.
Vino pictures a poster of Kaz going, "The myconoid apex predator."
Alrighty.
We follow. I bet she's a druid. They said that their queen was like you, unless she's a furbolg covered in mushrooms.
Which is also something that I am interested in knowing about.
Fair.
Alrighty. You guys follow the small mushroom people. Eventually, seems like you come across like a very tiny small colony. There are mushrooms that are kind of scattered about of different variety of colors and what have you. And you start to see more of these like dwarven-sized myconoids. And on top of that, you see, I'm going to show you guys the map right now. You guys see, as I put down your tokens here, you see this. Amidst all this, you do see. Okay, here we go. Let me just separate you guys. Boop, 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 boop. And the children just kind of just scattered around about after delivering you guys here. You guys see a bunch of big-ass mushrooms that could basically act as platforms. And on top of 3 of those platforms, you do see what seems like to be a trio of sorts. You see a very old mushroom-looking individual at the upper left. You see a average-looking red mushroom individual over here. And what separates like the 3 leaders is this one over here. Kaz, you being as a druid, you recognize this is clearly a druid wearing druid gear, but wearing covered in mushrooms. However, you realize that she is more drow more than Furbolg. You think, oh, there's a Furbolg here, but no, it's a druid that is a drow. And she is covered from head to toe with just mushrooms.
Grimshaw will bow.
All right.
Kaz will as well.
The old one over here like stands up from, well, like, no, he detaches from like the mushroom top of this. It says, "Young guest, and the other one's like detaches from him. It says, excuse me. My apologies. This old one is not well. May we present to you our queen?" Let me look at the notes real quick that I have here to get the name of the druid here. 1 sec. This, our druidic queen, our circle of spores druid, Alaria. And then Alaria speaks and says, "Oh, visitors. Pleasure to meet you. What brings you to my forest?"
Just passing through, fell down a hole.
Fell down holes.
Couldn't go back up.
Seems like more people are falling down the holes in the undercroft as of late.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I am Grimshaw. I'm a musician from the surface.
A musician, you say?
Indeed. And I would love to hear tell of these travelers you've seen.
These travelers wear dark robes, sometimes dark plates armor. They are located more towards that tall obelisk in the distance, though a few of them have come into the forest, but none have escaped. But it seems like their influence has affected the forest in a harsh way.
I'm so sorry. Escaped?
Yes, some of them we converted into what you see now. And she gestures towards like these myconoid men, and you do recognize at this point that some of them are actual like humans converted to plants, like converted to mushroom people. Some
I'm
of
guessing
them
they deserved it.
that they have. They sought to ruin my forest, but ruin my forest they almost did. But we prevented that, and now they serve me. However, there is something amidst the forest that could pose a threat. However, these things, or these mechanoid kin, are all that I have left, and I cannot expend any more unless the mechanoids are no more in this forest of ours.
You said there's a big thing in the forest?
Yes, they were able to successfully corrupted one of the plants, and it turned against them and eats and devours everything it sees. It is quite a dangerous plant, but however, we are weakened, and whatever forces we have left cannot defeat it.
Mm.
From what I'm hearing from my babies, that you just wish to pass through the forest.
Well, we have secondary objectives. We are explorers on the search for allies against these cultists who also assail our forests and burn our trees.
Mm. Mm. She, Alaria turns to Yukas. Does this one speak for you?
Yes. I mean, we've all been
Yes and no.
traveling together. Yes and no. We all travel together, been traveling together for a little bit because of the forest thing.
At
We're
this,
not like a hive mind. We have similar beliefs, so we work together.
she detaches from her like throne that she is attached, and then she walks down to here. And at this point, she's walking down, and you can tell she has a slender body, but her entire body's carved from head to toe of just mushrooms. And you see all the little babies come to her
Aw,
in excitement.
it's so cute.
And she says, "What lies beyond the forest is quite dangerous. However, I can help you go through these obstacles with the greatest of ease, if you would assist me in turn."
Do you mind if we discuss for a moment?
Can we like sidebar?
Side hustle? No.
Of
That's
course,
not-
I must feed my babies anyway.
Can I create a psychic link with us so we can all talk telepathically instead of within
Whispering.
mushroom shot?
Sure.
Shot.
At this point, she goes over and feeds her babies by plucking up mushrooms from seems like to be other plants growing from mushrooms, and she's feeding the mushrooms, these weird smaller mushrooms, to these mushroom babies.
Okay, so I really want to protect the mushroom forest.
Yeah, I mean they're cool. They
Oh,
kill
yeah.
cultists. So,
And
Hell
if they
yeah,
die,
brother.
it's like free food.
are you hungry?
I feel like I am.
We'll cook something later. Probably not mushrooms.
I don't think we should overstay.
No, that's a bad idea. That we'll turn into one of them.
Yes.
let's agree now. Deal with this threat
Mhm.
and get the reward and shoo me on out of here.
At this point, she pokes a hole into this mushroom around here, and orange fumes start to puff out, and the baby seems like to be absorbing it. She goes, "Yes, my children, absorb that. It'll help you grow big and strong." And then she walks over. "So, have you decided yet?"
Yes. Point us in a direction and we'll go do it. Is there anything we should know about it?
All that you know is not to take mercy on it. It is an abomination to this forest. Thus, I will not care once it leaves from my forest. So, other than that, just be careful.
Okay. Do you mind if I ask you a question, druid to druid, before we leave?
Of course.
Okay. I'm gonna go over here.
Mhm.
And I'm going to ask her what the spores will do to us if we continue breathing them in.
How do you say it?
I'm going to say, so I haven't told my companions yet, but I did notice that we've been breathing in mushroom spores the entire time we've been here, and I can't quite tell what it will do to us. It hasn't been hurting us, but if you know, will it turn us into myconoids if we continue to breathe it?
Oh, my dear fellow druid. She like holds you on both your shoulders. She says, "Oh, those spores are not harmless. They're just simply for the mushroom people to communicate to you. When I took over this forest, I used to come from the city of Fence, further down. However, I was outcasted and forced to live amongst here, and the myconoids before me helped me be better. And what I saw was that there was a lack of communication between the drow and the myconoid. So I helped plant these spores to create through the forest so those who are able to speak are able to speak through myconoids. Thus, there's no violence. Thus, the myconoids can live, my dear druid.
Mm. Okay.
You
all right.
should be more than fine, but
Okay.
if you want, I could give you some spores that could aid you for a short period of time. Perhaps once you completed this task you have me do, perhaps I could lend you some additional assistance rather than just a clear path out.
I would love that. What were you thinking?
Well, you see those orange spores that my babies are feeding on, and she points to this over here, and you see the mushrooms absorb like this orange spore that at this point fades, and you see on their mushroom head caps that it's completely filled with this orange spore.
Okay.
That myconoids help them grow, but on other individuals, it could assist them be more clearer. Tell me, have you ever smoked any weeds as far as medicinal herbs?
I look over and they're smoking. actually.
Zero actually
Question.
smoking, yeah.
DM, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I see Kaz's mouth as she's talking?
I mean,
God damn it.
based on your passive perception, you could hear like whispers of this conversation. She's not really
Has
whispering.
Cool, because I can also read lips.
Yeah, you're
Fuck.
reading.
Apparently.
You're reading Kaz's lips. However, this big mushroom hat of this druid is kind of like blocking from seeing her lips. But you're reading
I just
Kaz's lips.
message her. What do you mean spores?
But she says,
Don't worry about it. They're fine.
What do you mean? Don't worry. Have you met me?
you both then hear a voice in your head says, "Oh, I see.
Ah!
This seems to be
Oh my
the way you
God.
communicate as well."
Sometimes.
See, I don't tend
Um,
to privy on others' conversations mid-mind. And at this point, since this link happens, all of you are hearing this, but I paid close attention to myself. But I promise you, the spores that I tell you to absorb, they are harmless. That's you have my word.
Insight check.
What's your insight modifier?
My insight is +5.
Yeah, you could clearly, no roll needed. You could clearly tell that she's genuinely telling the truth.
I feel like she's really honest. Like it's really hard for mushrooms to lie.
I trust her. So, yes, whatever help you can give us, if it's spores that'll assist us at all, we would love that.
Probably wouldn't be the worst thing I ever inhaled.
At this point, this other thing, this old mushroom man, like falls down, poof, 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 and like purple dust like comes out. He's like, she goes, oh, I must attend to one of the laters, but what you're gonna do is that you're gonna go, once you pass through this circle, you're gonna go straight left and just follow the path straight. You'll reach a dead end. From what I sense from the forest, that's where the corrupted plant is. And again, do not take mercy on it. It is clearly an abomination.
Okay.
All right, and then she rushes over, tries to give aid to this old myconoid.
Okay. So, don't worry anything about spores. Completely good. They are the ones that did she give us any, actually?
No.
Yet? Okay. Well, she was going to give us some that would help us and then give us some more later. I don't know.
I mean, I'm down. If it's helpful, it's helpful. I'm a little nervous, to be honest. Most of what I do only really works on an intelligent mind. An aberration, a monster, giant pile of fungus. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Well, I guess we'll figure it out. I guess Kaz is just gonna start, like, slowly making her way down the path that the queen told her to.
Alrighty.
And
Which would
just
be
hope
this
that
way.
everyone is following her.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Do we walk like?
Yep, you can walk underneath it. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I was climbing on top of her.
It's all good. You guys
Jump,
walk
jump.
up and left,
Carport.
try to assist this druid in hopes of her helping you as you guys exit out of the forest. Eventually, you guys travel for extended periods of time. Eventually, you come across this weird plant thing in the middle here. Let me just open it up real quick. Just put you down here. Boom. Alrighty. So you guys eventually walk further deeper towards the path that the druid spoke, and you see like this weird flower that's like. Unfortunately, I couldn't find like the flower colors based on what I'm trying to do, but it's more like a greenish orange, sickly green, sickly orange with red type of color, and it seems like to have a lot of bushes, and it looks more like one of those fly traps that like insects fall into. I forgot the exact name of it, but it looks like a bunch of those like piled on top of something underneath the bushes. Yeah, but that's all you see.
Could I do like a nature check on this to try and figure it out?
Of course.
Yay.
Guidance.
But I rolled a natural 1.
Oof. Oof. You've never seen a plant like this before. It's weird.
God damn it. Well, guys, that doesn't look like anything I've ever seen before. Unless anyone knows more about weird, probably poisonous mushrooms.
All right, Grimshaw, what are you doing as you get close to it?
Just looking at it.
Alrighty. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, please.
$19.
Yeah, as you get closer to it, you start to look closer at the flower, and you see that the bush parts, take a closer look, you see that there's actual human skulls within the bush parts.
Gnarly.
And weirdly enough, as you're studying it, you do feel like a pulsing type of sound coming from the plant. Goes like
It's alive.
Well, all plants are alive.
Not in that way. Not many plants have hearts. Something's beating in there. Where's that lady? Didn't she say she'd be the one taking us here?
She's not coming with us to fight the
Oh.
thing. She's going to help us out of the forest after.
Why did you resize?
Huge.
Is it like a magic bush?
Give me 1 second. I forgot to pull up this thing. Okay, 1 sec. Oh. Okay, 1 second. I must do some things. With your passive perception over 22, Divino, you start to notice that this thing is like
23. 23.
well, excuse me. You start to see this plant rise from itself, and as it does, it shakes the ground nearby you all. It doesn't shake this entire area, but it shakes the ground nearby you. As you start to see twisted and wicked vines coming from the side.
Take a few steps back.
And
Take a
hold
few
up,
steps
no,
back.
you can't. Hold up. Because as this thing rises, you start to see like corpses of bodies underneath it. As this corpse flower rises, I need everyone to roll initiative for me, please.
Oh, man.
6.
6.
A 10.
Oof.
16.
Nice.
A 10.
I got you, sir.
That'll be a 9.
A 9. Uh-oh. A 9. And what about you, Grimshaw? What you roll?
A 7.
A 7? Oh my god, lower initiatives from everyone tonight. Alright. It's time to get into combat here real quick. Why is it not stopping? There we go. I stopped the music. I figured it out. Let's see if this is the right theme. If not, it is the right theme. Cool. There we go. Okay, now it's loops. And I've rolled this creature's initiative already in advance. With that being said, Davina, you get to actually go first. You see this like weird flower that has a bunch of corpses underneath it. What would you like? Actually, first off, let me just see how far away you are from it. Okay. All right, you're fine. What would you like to do?
I feel like we should kind of get back. And I'm gonna move there. And then I'm going to guiding bolt
Okay.
at first level.
Sure.
I feel like it's a bad plant. Ooh, 27 to hit.
27 to hit?
I roll a 17 and I have a +10.
Yep, that hits, bro.
Okay. 16 radiant damage.
Nice. And its first attack against it has advantage, correct?
So yeah, the next attack against it has advantage.
Alright.
And then I'm just gonna be like, it's a bad plant. Just saying. Probably don't want to get near it.
Alrighty. Anything else you'd like to do?
Measuring tool. I move from there to there. Oh, that's 15. I can move more. I'm gonna move there.
Alrighty. Is that it?
Yep.
Alright. It's the flower's turn now.
Really bad plant.
And we'll move closer to you guys. Kaz and Grimshaw, I need you both to make Constitution saving throws.
7.
Oof.
19.
19? Alrighty.
Mhm.
You guys are
emotionally stable.
Nope, you're both incapacitated.
No. Ow.
As the stench of death, a passive trait activates, its rotting smell of death just makes you unable to react as you guys are nearby it. Well, let me see. Where's incapacitated? Wabam. Wabam. And now I get to make 3 attacks. And let me just check the incapacitation rules so I don't screw you guys over. Room has gone silent now, huh?
We don't want to interrupt you during your turn.
That's fair. Alrighty. Incapacitated. So yeah, you can't take actions or reactions. That's it. But you. Okay, so I don't get advantage on you. Alrighty. So I'll just make regular attack rolls against you. Cause. Does a 21? I'm assuming hits.
Yeah, sure does.
It's not a lot of damage. You
Uh-huh.
you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
Next attack against Grimshaw. Will roll too low, so I'll make you the third attack against you. Does a 14 hit you?
Surprisingly, no.
Alrighty, so this thing just flails its tentacles all around, slapping you cause once. And as it does, it will... Let me just double check here. So you just see this thing pull like a corpse out from underneath. And as it does, something nearby, it actually gives life to whatever it just coughed up. And as it does, you see that it just pulls and just tosses it right next to it. And coming out from it, you guys see what seems like to be a reanimated corpse that has these spores coming out of it, similar to the one that this creature has.
Gross.
Gross indeed. It is nasty. I thought I had zombies prepared, but apparently I do not. Unless they're... Oh, nope. Here they are. Whoops. Boom. They're not that big. They're just slightly smaller. Yeah, but this thing seems like to be a former cultist of some sort. But that's going to be it for its turn, Zer. What would you like to do? You see both of your teammates incapacitated just from being near this thing.
Gonna move up 10 feet away. That's where
Okay.
my reach is. Gonna pull out my staff of the golden dragon and I'm gonna hit it.
Alrighty, make your attack roll.
Does a 23 hit?
Yep.
11 points of damage. Let me just roll the fire damage really quickly.
That's
1d4, 3 points of fire damage, and it has to make a DC 15 strength save.
Strength save?
Yes.
Dirty 20 for me.
All right, never mind. I'm going to attack again.
Alrighty.
Does a 16 hit?
It does.
Perfect. 12 points of damage and 1 point of fire damage.
Okay, so 13 more damage.
Bonus action, flurry of blows.
Alrighty.
That's a 23.
23 hits. You
For
get the feeling
11
that this
point-
is easy to hit.
11 points of damage, and the final one is a 24 to hit for 10 points of damage.
Nice. You hit pat right against this plant, burning it slightly, and as it does, you do your flurry of blows with, I'm assuming, your feet, because you're gonna do like a kick type of maneuver, and you do so, hurting it greatly.
That is my turn.
Alrighty. I am just doing math real quick. Alrighty. So, Doc, it is your turn. What would you like to do? You see your allies incapacitated just by being near this thing. What would you like to do?
You said that it spit out a zombie right in front of us, right?
Yep.
Doc is more disgusted by the zombie than the plant at the moment, so he's actually gonna go and take
As you
care of
go
that.
near, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for being near the corpse.
There it is. One sec. 16.
16. You're able to resist the effects. Therefore, you do not need to make any more saves for the rest of the combat. As your ASMR capabilities are. You smelled the smell of death before, so this does not phase you as you go closer to the corpse. You may continue with the rest of your turn.
And I'm gonna swing to hit it with my battle axe
Alrighty.
for 17 to hit.
That hits. Roll your damage, sir.
All right, and since I hit, I'm gonna add on a divine smite on top of it.
Alrighty, and I think it gets undead. It deals extra damage, right?
I believe so. So that's 5 slashing.
Yep.
Oh, 1 second. I'm trying to get to my. Oh, I guess I just have to roll it.
Yep.
By hand. Okay. So, and then 2 radiant damage.
Alrighty. You swing your big swing, and as it does, it hurts this undead greatly.
I'll swing and probably miss it the second time.
Don't know. Could anything.
I rolled a 9.
Now 9 hits.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, undead are easy to hit, so.
That's 11 slashing damage.
Alrighty. You cut this thing in 2, and as he does, you cut one end and then you do a second slash, killing this corpse. And because you did radiant damage, it does not roll for undead fortitude. Alrighty, anything else you would like to do, sir?
Not this turn.
Alrighty, Grimshaw, it's the start of your turn, and now it's the end of your turn. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
That being 18.
Yep, you succeed. You can now withstand the smell of this death corpse flower. Kaz, it is the start of your turn. It is now the end of your turn. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Whee. 19.
You succeed. You are resistant to the effects through the remainder of this combat.
Woo!
Divino, it is your turn. What would you like to do? As you start to see Kaz and Grimshaw start to come out, blocking their noses and what have you.
Is this Sirius's turn?
No, it is back to top of the initiative, which would be Divino.
Okay.
Okay. Do people look slightly injured?
Kaz is slightly injured.
Do
I'm fine.
other people look slightly injured?
We'll let you know.
No.
And does the bush look very healthy for a bush?
It's looking quite well for a bush from your perspective.
It's like a healthy bush. It's gonna last a long winter.
Perhaps. Who knows?
Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mosey on over and be like, let's not die, and I will channel Divinity Twilight Sanctuary.
Okay.
So 30-foot radius, dim light, so anyone who can't really see that well sees much better. It moves with me, and when a creature, including me, ends its turn in the sphere, I can grant the creature 1d6 plus 5 temporary hit points, or end charmed/frightened.
What? How big is your radius?
It's 30 feet.
Okay.
So it should be everyone in front of me.
Okay. Well, we'll just make that the size. And then if you move your token, you should be able to move that entire aura. So.
Yeah, cause.
Yep. Yep. Cool. So you're just gonna move
2.
closer to your allies.
Well, it says that they're within, like,
Yeah, he
Doc
doesn't
is
have to
20
move.
feet from me. I don't have to move. Like, everyone's in it.
Is it like a sphere or is it within an aura?
It's a 30-foot radius sphere.
Okay, so 5,
So it's like,
The whole
7,
map.
15.
It's
Yeah.
60 feet across.
Oh, I see. So I just. Okay. All right. Cool. So so it's this big.
and
So.
yeah. It's really nice. And I'm just gonna like shimmy a little bit this way. Everyone's still covered, but I now have like 3 people in front of me and the winter bush.
Alrighty.
And I will end my turn, so I get 1d6 plus 5 temporary hit points. I have 9 temporary hit points.
Alrighty. It's the corpse flower's turn. It will reach its tentacle towards the body, and it will pull the body, and then disgustingly, it just like pulls it underneath, and you just hear crunching and chewing sounds. And as it does, it will regain 12 hit points.
Oh.
That's kind of gross.
And
Not
on
gonna
top
lie.
of that, it will spit out 2 zombies from it
God.
as its action. Control C, Control V. Oh, I can't do that anymore? I can't duplicate it? Man, Owlbear went under a update, and I'm mad. So, it's all good, though. So, it makes 2 corpses right next to it and regains 2 hit points. And these corpses are going to hit both the Paladin and Kaz. Does a 14 hit either of you?
Yes.
Oof.
No.
Kaz, you shall take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a
Ooch,
Constitution saving throw.
All right. 3.
You take 3 points of poison damage on top of that.
Oh, great.
Alrighty. It is now Zer's turn. What would you like to do?
This is god awful. I'm just gonna keep swinging.
Alrighty, make your attack.
That's the only. Yeah. The 14 hit.
Yes, it does.
Wow. 15 points of damage
Nice.
with 4 points of fire damage.
Nice.
Second attack. 17 hits.
Yep.
12 points of damage with 3 points of fire damage.
Nice.
Another flurry of blows. Natural 1 does not
Oof.
hit. And a 19 does
Yep.
for 10 points of damage.
Alrighty. So as you're doing like this spinning quarterstaff strike, which hits this creature twice, and as you do, you follow it up with another spin kick. The first one misses, but the second one it catches as you land on your feet. Anything else you'd like to do, sir?
No, I'm good right now.
All right, it's the doctor's turn. What would you like to do? You see this thing eat a zombie and spit out 2 more. What would you like to do?
Oh, I am absolutely disgusted. So disgusted, in fact, I am going to use my bonus action to transform into my radiant soul form. My wings coming out and taking a moment to take a couple good axe swings at this thing.
Alrighty.
First one.
Rolling for temporary hit points at the end of your turn.
Okay. 22 to hit.
Hits.
And it'll do 11 slashing and 3 radiant damage.
Alrighty, so 14 total. You're dealing significant damage to the creature.
That was a natural 20.
Hey, look at that. So, would you like to Divine Smite?
You know what? Yes, I will Divine
Alright,
Smite.
so your Smite is going to be max damage, and then it's going to be the max possible damage that you could deal in total, and then on top of that, you're going to roll a weapon die for it and add that to the overall grand total. So it's the max possible damage you could do, plus the die roll for your weapon.
Oh, it auto rolled me 2 die. Why did it auto roll me 3 dice?
That's weird.
Sometimes with D&D Beyond with crits, it automatically just starts doing it for you.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. Oops. It rolled me a 3 and a 7.
All right. So just like roll as if you deal damage with a regular attack.
Okay. That'll work. So 7.
7, and that's with the modifier.
Yes.
And then what's the dice on that?
D8.
D8. So 7 plus 8, and then your Divine Smite. Let me see what this flower is considered, whether it's undead or not. No, it's not considered undead. So it's 1d8. So another 8 on top of whatever I just said, and that's their total damage.
Would my smite get double dice?
No, it's just the max
Okay.
possible.
Okay. That was my second attack.
All right, you deal 22 points of damage to the creature, and the creature's not looking too hot.
And another 3 radiant.
All right. Cool. Alrighty, this creature is not looking too well. Grimshaw, it is your turn. What would you like to do? This creature is not looking too hot.
Well, I'm going to move away from it first.
All right, I will make an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
A dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
9 points of bludgeoning damage as it smacks you in your back as you turn and run.
Okay. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to whisper to it. If there is a mind left within that heap, I call upon it to suffer.
Actually, I would not be able to do so because your Glyph of Warding would have went off earlier.
I can choose to not use it.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure. I just don't want to shoot you out. All right, continue.
Good. Oh, well, the Glyph of Warding, it happens after I get hit anyway.
Gotcha.
So, like, it's not to avoid getting hit. It's to stay alive after I get hit.
All right. So, as soon as he gets smacked, you just see Grimshaw vanish.
Oh, no, I didn't use it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. My first time with Glyph of Warding, so.
No, you're good. It's basically like I have a stored spell that I can just snap my fingers and go off
Gotcha.
when needed.
Okay.
Dissonant Whispers is a wisdom save.
Alrighty. What's the DC?
16.
Alright, I rolled an 11, so go ahead and roll your damage.
Damn, that's a lot of damage. That's 20 psychic damage.
Alright. What do you whisper to this creature that will cause it to die?
What he just said, I call upon you to suffer.
You just hear and a big pop happens, and as it does, there are corpses flying all over the place. There's goo all over, there's tentacles all over, and this creature just like collapses on itself, dead.
Grimshaw immediately turns and vomits.
Ew. Kaz is also vomiting.
Yep, and the zombies also die along with it.
Gross.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
What?
As you guys
Wait. I loot the body.
No, no,
He doesn't have anything.
So you loot the body of both these zombies or the bodies within the plant?
The whole heap.
Alrighty. So out of the whole heap, you're able to find 3 +1 daggers, You're also able to find a subtotal of 20 gold pieces.
Was it worth it?
All
We're
right.
covered in vomit. I don't think it was worth it.
I don't know. She said.
Mm.
I think she said left. Right. Kaz is getting far away from this thing.
Alrighty.
And from Grimshaw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Grimshaw, you are able to pillage some coin, but then afterwards the stench is really getting to your nostrils, bro.
Well, I doubt there's a river nearby. I'm gonna take. I imagine we have water in our like
Yes.
general travel supplies. Yeah, I'm just gonna rinse myself real quick.
Alrighty, you do so.
I have a question for that druid before we leave. We should go back and get whatever
Yeah.
they had in store for us.
Sure. And I just back away more from vomit, vomit captain.
Alrighty. As you guys leave to go back to the small druid village, we will go on our break. So
Cool.
stay tuned as we continue the rest of the journey.
Wee.
All right, and we're back. Let's continue where we last left off. I forgot to change the maps here. Here we go. You guys make your way back to this sanctum here, and you guys see like the druid on top, and she goes through her what seems like to be her seat and appears on the other side. She goes, "Oh, you guys are back. I could sense that mean flower has dissipated from the force. Excellent job. Care to join me in a smoke session?"
Yes. Sure.
Come underneath
Okay.
the shrooms, and then she'll go through the bottom from the top of her throne, and then she'll just reappear underneath the same thing from like the roots.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And you can see that she is holding some medicinal mushrooms. She goes, "Come, join me."
Okay.
All right. You just see Zer. She just takes some mushroom and she uses it as a wrap, and she puts the herbs it around with using the mushrooms as a wrap. But it feels like a actual blunt. The only difference is that the blunt itself is made out of mushrooms.
Is it edible?
She goes, "You can eat it, yes, but you could also smoke it if you prefer it that way. You could also smoke it and then eat it after the fact."
Ah, yes.
What does it? What will it do to us?
Well,
You know.
first, if you ever smoke a blunt, it'll give you the same benefits.
Well, yes.
Not only that, but it'll help you along your journey throughout the remainder of the day. You're not gonna maintain. It's like you're more calmer doing the things you usually do, but you do them better because you're more calm and you're not really stressing over everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sure. Why not?
All right, she gives you the same thing. She goes, "I'm assuming you know how to light." Given
Yep. Yep.
that. Alrighty.
I know how to do this. Kaz is going to take like a very, very tiny hit. She's a little
You do
freaked
so.
out.
If you ever smoked blunt before, it's like
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a
the only
blunt.
difference
Okay.
is that it's a little bit stronger, so you cough a little bit. But you see
Ow.
Zer, and he's just smoking it like a champ.
Damn. Okay. Do I feel any different with like the mushroom effects, or is it?
You do.
just
You feel a
normal?
little bit more calmer than usual.
Okay.
So, in games terms, until your next long rest, you can add a D6 to all D20 rolls. Until your next long rest.
Woohoo! Hot damn.
She looks at the rest of you. She says, "Care to join us in the smoke session?"
You guys gotta hit this.
Yeah, Zer, this is the best weed you've ever smoked.
Oh, I need to take some before I go clean. Oh yeah.
Oh, of course.
Oh.
In fact,
what?
I could give you different varieties of some that would act as if you were drinking a potion of healing.
Oh yes. Oh.
Grimshaw, can you
I
make
guess
mine into like a
we
stir
could stay here
fry?
a couple weeks.
Oh, now we want to stay a few weeks.
I mean, we have to study the medicinal properties of our new allies.
You're like a drug addict.
I'm
Be
going
rude.
to. I'm gonna use my College of Creation to create a 4-foot-long bong.
You do so.
This massive water pipe.
You do
Smoke
so.
that shit.
And the druid seems to be impressed. I'm assuming you're doing this in front or near the druid.
Oh yeah, he kind of like puts his palm to the ground and slowly lifts it, and it like 3D prints under his palm.
She goes, interesting. And then she actually makes a bong completely made out of mushrooms from her nearby throne, and it looks comically funny. It's like a bong completely made out of mushrooms. And then she tries to copy and smoke a bong rip, and she goes, "Well, this is quite strong than traditional smoke. Maybe I should do this more often."
Yeah, water. That It's a nice little filter. Cools down by the time it gets to your lungs.
But I wonder. And she spawns like a type of mushroom and uses it to act as a filter, and then she rips it, and then you just see purple smoke come out of it. She goes, "Ooh, that's strong."
That's something else.
Here, would you like to try it?
How long? You know what? Fuck it.
You do so. You bong rip. What's your Constitution modifier?
+2, not much. I would say he should have to roll this because he is very weak in the Constitution.
Sure. Go ahead and make a
Roll
con
6.
save of bong ripping this mushroom, complete mushroom bong.
Hold on, I have a sound effect for this.
What's your roll, bud?
I told you a 6. Very poorly.
You rip it, and you're like, oh. And, hey, man, like, this ground is purple, and now it seems like you're becoming part of the floor, it seems.
Yeah,
You
that's what Grimshaw was going to ask if we had anything else to do today, because now he's fucking useless.
Yeah, so, yeah, you have disadvantage on perception checks. You feel like you are part of the earth itself this whole time, and you can't move for the next... Let me roll d4 here. You can't move for the next 3 hours. It's like you're one with the earth. You've maintained true highness, as one would
Fucking
say.
zooted.
Oh yeah, and as you do, she goes, it seems like it's too powerful for your dragonborn friend. Sir, would you like to try this?
I mean, who am I to say no?
All right, I need you to make a con save.
18 without the D6 roll.
Yeah, roll a d6.
2.
You gain that much temp hit points.
Nice.
And you bong up, you're like, whoo, that's some strong shit.
Tell you, man. We gotta spend extra time here studying.
At this point, Doc, the smell of weed, of a variety of fragrantness, as you walk closer, and you just see the druid. You see Zer just hitting a rip. You see Kaz smoking a blunt. And you just see Grimshaw that goes, and like is like very close to the floor and what have you.
Grimshaw's like laying on his back, playing the guitar.
Yeah.
I'm just peeking over, looking at like, this is very different. I've never seen this done before.
Would you like to take a hit of this, Godfolk? There's the Vito.
You may have to assist me with this because I don't exactly know what I am doing.
Of course, I shall help you. And then you could make a Constitution saving throw with advantage because she's helping you try to smoke a bong rip.
Oh, okay. Get my feet back open.
Davina, what are you doing in all this? As you see this druid assisting in bong ripping with this godfolk.
Can I have it like in a nice stir fry? Do I get the benefit? I just don't like coughing.
She goes, "Oh, I see. I see you prefer edibles." In that case, she goes over to here. She like grows some mushrooms, and she goes, here's an edible version of it.
Oh.
I love diplomacy.
You eat it, and as you do, you start like, whoa, this is some like high stuff.
Whoa.
But what'd you roll for your con save with advantage, Rasta?
17.
Yeah, you hit it. Ooh, it is quite strong. You think it's your god, part of your god blood enacting this, but you feel pretty good, and you gain the same benefits. Divino, she just gave you like a regular edible thing, so you get the benefit of a d6 to every check until your next long rest. She goes, "Would you like to hit this?" Zer, can you pass that Doc, can you pass that over here?
And I just point to myself.
Yep. Yeah, Doc could pass it along. Just
All right.
that is.
Uh,
She goes. Would you like to
Oh my.
hit this?
I look at Grimshaw, who's like melting into the floor from his own imagination. I go, well, I feel like we're stuck here regardless, so I
See,
will try.
exactly.
Make a
What's a couple
Constitution saving
days?
throw.
Uh, 17 plus 2, 19.
Yeah, you bong rip and you're like, ooh, oh, a lot of smoke. You're coughing up half a lung, but you feel fine.
I don't like coughing.
Maybe I should give you a stronger edible then. At this point, she goes over to Kaz. She goes, well, it seems like your friends have been getting quite acquainted.
Yes, absolutely. Good. They are, I hope you understand, usually not very trusting of random people we find in the forest, but this is great. Thank you.
Also, Divino and Rasta, go ahead and roll a d6 and add that to your temp hit point score.
Grimshaw looks up from his position on the floor and go. His red eyes somehow even redder. Will you be our friend?
Oh, of course, you have done a great duty. I shall ally you as much as I can. I could give you information about the city of Venth, where I came from. I could also give you some of edibles in order, or smokables if you prefer, that act as healing potions, but I just recommend you don't smoke those in a row because you could suffer some effects.
Can't waste them. Also, I guess it's kind of the looming elephant in the room. Why do the cultists want to come here?
Sorry, I was getting some water. She
Can I
says,
repeat it?
huh?
No, you're good.
All right. She says, well, what they want with the forest, I'm not too sure. I'm assuming they're just causing a ruckus. All I know is that they're over at that obelisk doing things over there, but my only concern is that's of the forest. Whatever they're doing over there, I get a sense that they're doing some plotting of sorts.
Well, you think you can lead us there?
Unfortunately, due to my ties of the forest, and then you see like on her feet, you see like some weird mushroom tether that is tied towards the ground. She goes, unfortunately, I cannot leave the forest where I must take care of it. However, I can provide you with supplies that could aid you. I could also
Oh my God,
assist
the
you.
forest is eating you.
Not quite. It's more of my.
She is the forest.
Thank you. That's what druids are. They are Mother extension of Sylvia's nature herself. So I must stay at this forest. However, again, I could provide you supplies along with information of the travels ahead.
Well,
Yes, whatever's
yeah.
ahead, I'd love to know.
We know nothing about this place, but what we've seen, there's a lot of mushrooms so far.
Well, this undercroft is filled with dangers. First off, you have the city of Vents, where I originally came from. It is a matriarchal society that women, mainly female drow, such as myself, would be the most prominent in the population, where the male counterparts usually tend to lower level jobs or labor jobs of the sorts. There's no slavery going on or what have you, though the occasional drow woman would hire one male's services to do things. But needless to say, the city of Enth does not like outsiders as much as I do. Therefore, it is best wise to either disguise yourself as Drow or be accompanied with one. I wish I could go, but I cannot. But
That's okay. I can be a drow if I need
oh, I'm
to.
sure you can, darling. Other than the city of Vents, there is a canyon. And let me refer to my notes real quick. See here. Past the city of Vents, you'll reach the Kreshmere Canyons. It is a large rock area that is filled with canyons, bottomless pits, and the like. Strange creatures live amongst there. Aerial creatures, creatures that fly, creatures that live underground, such as bullets, and there's also what seems like to be a gigantic worm that lives amongst these parts as well. Once, if you survive the Kreshmere Canyons, there is a mournful bog. Do not step inside the water, for the water will drag you down. It is best safe to travel by boats. There's usually a boat. There used to be a boating town south of the Mournful Bog, but unfortunately that town has been left to ruin thanks to the bog itself. So it's best wise to purchase a boat of some kind in the city event, or being able to craft a boat from whatever's nearby. Once you take the Morpham Bog, you're gonna reach Darkmoor. It used to be an old town. However, a town is literally a ghost of its former self. Many specters and other ghostly beings live amongst the area now. And then beyond that is that obelisk. That obelisk has been built throughout the past couple months. And it's built within the ruins of Maipali. It used to be one of the first cities ever, in my opinion, before the city of gods were ever made, where the gods used to live. But now ruins lie where they are now. Many years have passed, and there's no doubt that those damn cultists were up to no good whenever they were building it. And whatever happened to the townsfolk of Maipali is probably either whatever climbed out from to the surface, now known as God's Landing, or underneath the ruins itself.
Okay. Well, thank you. Kaz is like trying to write all this down.
Okay.
Yep.
I think we should stay the night. A couple nights after that. What do you guys think?
Well, I guess I don't see the harm in spending the night. I mean,
Please do.
yeah.
If you wish
Okay.
to stay the night, I have no issue with it.
But I would like to stay as well because hopefully I can learn some more about these medicinal mushrooms from these fine folk.
Oh, of course. Alrighty. Davina, would you like to do anything? You've been quiet for the most part. Davina,
What?
Mm.
would you like to do anything before we move on?
I'm contemplating how she makes edible mushrooms when she is part mushroom. So is this cannibalism? I don't understand.
Alrighty. So, you guys spent a long 8 hours within this area. You spend the night. The myconoids, seems like to be singing a song about your guys' victory throughout the entire colony, it seems. And as it does, it's like, oh, that's pretty nice. You guys rest with your bedrolls and such, and you guys do a long rest. When you wake up, she offers you the same benefits from like the herb you smoked the previous day, and all of you guys smoke it or eat it, however you do so. And until your next long rest, you can roll a d6 for all d20 checks until your next long rest. And then she's also giving you 3 each of what seems like to be edible potions of healing, for lack of a better term. More specifically, let me see here. I gotta figure out which one it is. One moment, please. She gives you each 3 greater potions, 3 plants equivalent to great potions of healing, but she does say, do not take all these at once or in one setting, because if you do, you're not gonna benefit from the same effects. And on top of that, you could also accidentally poison yourself. So use these sparingly. She gives you each 3 of those.
Okay.
What potion are they equivalent to?
Greater potions of healing. So 4d4 plus 4. And she gives you each 3 of those. And then if you take multiple ones within the same settings, then bad things happen. So.
All right. I'm like, I like thank her and give her a little bow again before we head off.
She gives her bell back. She says, "Be safe on your travel, fellow druid. And I hope you do much good as you have done good to me."
Oh, well, thank you. And all right.
Alrighty. And she'll kind of guide you and lead your way out of the forest. I'm just making sure. Yeah, this is it. Alright. Click. She guides you out of the forest. And as you do, you see that the road ahead. First off, the first thing you notice, Kaz, as you exit out from the forest, is that. There you go. Oh nope, that's not what I want. There you go. Boom. As you guys exit out of the forest, you do start to notice that the grass underneath you, or whatever little grass is going through the cracks, ceases the moment you exit out of the forest. The second thing you notice is that further down, you do see what seems like to be a blackened city glowing with red light in the main distance.
Okay, so Druid City, they only like women. Shake it up. You know?
I cast guidance. I feel like she needs it emotionally.
I mean, we'll just stay outside and
Well, I mean, there's no reason that you can't come inside. I can disguise myself as a female druid. Not druid, drow. For an hour.
I can also make all of us invisible. Well, not all, but the ones of us who aren't women.
Okay.
I guess we'll figure it out when we get there.
Play it
Yeah.
by ear. Okay.
Alrighty.
And when in doubt, set things on fire.
Alright.
Yes. When
Always.
in doubt, burn the city down.
Exactly.
Can I have all of you roll a d6 for me, please?
3.
4.
1.
4.
Okay. And Rastar, what'd you roll? Oh. Forgot to fix the Discord a bit. There we go. What'd you say?
Turn my head away from the microphone for a moment. I rolled a 1.
So good. And what did everyone roll again?
1.
4.
Okay.
3.
Okay.
4.
Okay. And then what'd you roll, Doc, for your d6 roll?
I rolled a 1.
A 1. Okay. Alrighty. Well, there'll be a random encounter, unfortunately. We'll roll a d20 now. Okay, 1 second. One moment, please. Okay. Who would like to volunteer to roll a D4.
Sure. Three.
3. Okay. 1 second. Do I have a token for this? Oh, I don't. Unfortunate. Alright. Well, we'll make do with basics, because I'm not going to waste everyone's time waiting on a token to be made. Alrighty. Oh, and there's already a pre-made token to wait. Cool. As you guys step foot out, with your passive perception, Divino, you hear a large amount of flapping of wings coming, what seems like to be from the top. And as it does, it seems like you are not alone, as 3 giant bats, along with a swarm of bats, appear right in front of you all. Oh, I can't copy and paste? Yeah, okay. I definitely need to figure out the new Owl by Rodeo updates, which is fine. But 3 giant bats, along with a swarm of bats, which are like this size, appear before you all. I'd like everyone to roll initiative for me, please, as I change music.
14.
19.
21.
Nice. Zer?
So,
8.
8. Oof. And what you roll, Doc?
I got a 15.
A 16 or a 17, you said?
A 15.
A 15. I was wrong. Alright. It's all good. I'm just changing the music real quick. Copy. Stop the music. Play. Bada boom, bada bing. Alright, now let me roll for Zabats. Okay. Oof. Alrighty. Alright, Grimshaw, you're the first act. All of a sudden, these random bats appear, like, going towards you as they hear the sound of prey exiting out of the forest. What would you like to do?
As a bonus action, would I be able to roll investigation to try to figure out if they use sound to travel? Echolocation?
This would be a nature check, actually.
All right.
And
Can I
it's
roll
not a
nature?
bonus action. It would be just a rare first check for free. So.
All right. I rolled a 15.
A 15. Alrighty. Give me 1 second. I'm just wrapping up initiative here. Alrighty. So a 15 to determine echolocation. You get the feeling that it does determine, like, echolocation to determine its prey victims and what have you. But you get the feeling that there might be good at hearing stuff.
All right. So I like both of those answers because I think you're gonna support the creativity here. But if they use echolocation and they hear nothing back, they assume they've like either hit a wall or they don't even get any information. They can't even travel.
You assume
So
that.
would a silence spell? Would a silence spell make it so they're effectively blind to us?
You would, if you were to cast a silence spell, you, in theory, they would not hear you within the silence spell because everything is silenced within that area.
I'm gonna see if we can avoid this altogether, and I'm gonna cast silence, and I'm just gonna look around and psychically kind of communicate with them, my team, that this is sort of my plan.
Where would you like to
And they
place
can-
it?
Is a 20-foot sphere in an area I choose. So let me measure 20 feet out. Yeah, I can catch us all.
Okay.
Starting in this area, it's hard to hold this 20 feet out.
Alrighty. I could draw
It's
it.
a pretty big sphere.
Oh, hold on. Let me get a sphere. Let me make it purple, because that's you.
Yeah.
So you said from, like, here?
It's a lot bigger than that. It should cover past Kaz and then some.
Okay. Would you mind telling me the starting area again of the point of origin? Like there?
Yep, where I'm pointing.
5,
Yeah, just drag it all the way out to my 20 marker. That'll make it exactly 20 feet.
Okay. Boom.
There you go.
Alrighty. So within that area, all the sound is silent as these bats are flying about.
It's cool the music ended right at that point because that's my turn.
Alrighty. Let me make perception checks with disadvantage. Okay. These bats, like, they're flapping, and they're kind of, like, going towards this way. This one's going towards this way. This one's, like, above you guys, but it doesn't pay much attention. And then these swarm of bats are just going to swarm all around and about until eventually, like, lands over here. But at that point, it is Kaz's turn. These bats seem to not detect you in some way.
Okay. And I can't cast any spells.
Nope.
You can hold an action.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna ask, like, do we want to kill these things or just sneak by?
I ain't killing every bat we find.
Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna hold pass without a trace.
Okay, does Pass Without a Trace require vocal components?
Yeah, that's why I'm holding it. I'm like, I
Okay,
can get us by them, but
gotcha.
we can't.
Yeah, if this plan fails, I would deactivate the silence so everyone can use their magic.
Well, hold on. Let me check the silence real quick. I just want to make sure that to see, like, I know, like, when you cast spells out of it, that's fine. I'm not too sure about the hold of the spell. So let me see. Silence. Not the film.
Of the lambs.
Speak to thunder damage. Creatures are deafened. Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible here. So I would say you would not be able to cast Pass Without a Trace based on the language of the spell. Because you need to vocalize it.
Right. Okay. Well, I can get us by them, but I can't do it until I can cast a spell. So I don't know if you want to. Should I? Okay. I'm going to sneak out of the circle and cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay, so it's all creatures you could see, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you do so.
Okay.
Go ahead and
it's
just
within 30 feet of me.
Okay. I think you should still get everyone. Yeah, you can get everyone. Go ahead and just make a sleight of hand check for me, please.
14?
Okay. Alrighty, you cast a spell.
Okay. Cool. Then I'm just gonna, like, have people follow me.
Alrighty.
I'm just gonna wait
sneaking
till
by.
they go away.
Alrighty.
Like, this is a big underdark.
True. Okay. Guess we're waiting.
Doc, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna get ready to start swinging, but I'm gonna wait for it to attack first.
Okay, so you're holding an attack action. Alrighty. Davino, what would you like to do?
Not very good at reading.
I like do the military like hand signals like, are we just walking away?
I was gonna wait it out. I can hold this spell for a while. Just see if they kind of flap away.
What you doing, Davino?
I will hold my action to move if other people move.
Okay. Zer, what would you like to do?
How high in the air is this bat?
It is about 15 feet in the air.
All right. The only thing that I have that can reach that are my astral arms, which I will spend a bonus action
Okay.
to bring out.
Okay.
Obviously, it's quiet because of the silent spell,
Yep.
but I believe he still has to make a dex save
Okay.
or take 2d6 force damage.
I shall succeed in it with a dirty 20.
So I guess it's half? No?
Does it say half or?
It doesn't say anything.
I'm gonna say half. I'm gonna roll that it's half.
Alright, so half of 9.
Is
Half.
we'll say 5. Yeah, let's it's 4.5, then 4. So we'll say 4 damage.
That's fine by me.
Alrighty.
Do.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I still believe I can attack.
With your astral arms? Yes.
Yes, so I will spend my action to do that twice.
Alrighty. It was like, keep quiet, keep quiet. All of a sudden, you see a silent arms approach and just punch
We
this giant
probably
bat.
wouldn't even know this is happening.
23 to hit,
Yes.
10 points of force damage,
Okay.
and a 27 to hit
A 27 to hit, yeah.
for only 6 points of force damage.
Alrighty. So you deal significant damage to this bat.
That is my turn.
Alright. Top of the round, Grimshaw, you're up. You see Zur attacking this bat above you guys. What would you like to do?
It's a 20-foot sphere, and you said they're 15 off the ground, right?
Yep.
So they're in this shit. None of their allies are gonna be able to save them.
Mm-mm.
That's perfect. I'm gonna use Dissonant Whispers. They have to make a Wisdom save.
Is
How?
It's verbal component, my friend.
Oh yeah, yeah. I will.
Martial character.
Martial character. I am a martial character. I will throw some daggers.
Okay. Make your attack roll with some daggers.
That is a 26 to hit.
That hits, bro. Roll your damage.
That is only 4 piercing damage.
Alright. How would you like to kill this bat?
It's a single bat.
Yeah. It's a single giant bat.
It's like a bat shish kebab. It like goes up through its head and it's just like through its body.
Alright, it does so, and then it collapses to the ground in front of Divino. Alrighty. Anything else you'd like to do, Grimshaw?
Psychically say, well, that's dinner. And that's my turn.
Alrighty. It's the bats go. Alright. I rolled like dog shit. So these bats, they're flying around. They thought they hear prey, but now they don't hear prey. Even near you, Cos, the swarm of bats flies around, but eventually they fly off and find different prey. Not noticing that their ally is probably dead.
Nice.
Thus results in a quick combat.
Whee. Well, that was good.
I decided to use my brain that time. It happens every once in a while.
But don't do it too much. It's likely to burn out.
True. Only so much power in that.
All right. Is there any other bats around?
Other than the ones that are flying away from you? No.
Yeah. Okay.
We saw it pass out Trace, don't we?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
We should move
Yeah, you
quick.
all have a +10, I believe it is.
Let's hustle.
Let's get out of here then.
Yeah, let's go.
Stealthily.
Woohoo.
Alrighty. So, I don't have a map prep before the city. I will say that now. But I'll say that as you guys are approaching, like, towards the end of the city, I'm assuming past without trace, does it last an hour or 10 minutes?
It lasts an hour.
Okay. So, after an hour's worth of travel, you guys halfway there towards the city, as you guys continue forward, you do seem to realize that as you guys get closer and closer to the city, within past another hour, you see like there's a lot more guard reinforcements of female drow all around, and there's a moment before you can reach like the quote-unquote city limits of the city of Veth. You guys can plan whatever your next course of action is. What would you like to do?
So we're just staying back, and you're going. And
Okay. sh- Did she say that they don't let any outsiders in at all?
They're not kind to outsiders.
I wasn't really paying attention.
Okay. All right. I am. Yeah. Okay. I will go in for like an hour and see if I can find out anything, and then I will be back.
Okay. And what are you doing while you're going to the city of Veth?
I am going to cast Disguise Self. Use my Olg magic to do that. And I'm going to make myself look like a female drow.
Okay. You do so.
Yeah. Okay.
You go there, and as you go in there, they don't seem to notice you look like a regular female drow to them. When you look in there, there's like a lot of black buildings. You think it's just architecture, but it's like a dark elven city, if that makes sense. As you look around,
Yeah.
you do see like shops and what have you. You could see that at one point while you're walking, you see like someone committing a crime, but then all of a sudden, the guards just appear randomly out from thin air and just stop the crime from happening, and then they just instantly kill the person who did the crime as they drag their bodies basically out of view as they uncloak them, as they recloak back to invisibility.
Ooh. Okay.
Do you speak to any of the locals there or what have you? As far as languages, you could tell that they mainly speak Elvish and some. What are your other languages other than Elvish? Because I know you speak Elvish.
Elvish, Common, and Druidic.
You know
That's it.
that they speak Elvish, but they're also speaking some other language you don't recognize. So you get the feeling, okay, these guys, most likely they only speak Elvish. That makes the most sense.
Okay.
That and whatever language they're speaking. But other than that,
Yeah.
towards the tail end of your disguise self spell, you walk out of the city once more. And after some time, meet up with the group back as your former self.
Okay. So I didn't really talk with anyone, but there are guards that will turn invisible, and they seemingly see everything in there. Like, I watched them stop a crime in the middle of a crime and kill them, so they also don't seem very forgiving. But big city, lots of stuff there.
Can I just strut in there, you think?
I feel like we would need a good reason to get you guys in there.
Or, again, just could wait outside.
Right, but I don't exactly want to be alone if shit goes down.
Not to mention how we'd find each other if we got separated.
Right. So, I don't know. I say we. Perhaps if we tell them why we're here, the real reason that we're here, they will let us in and give us information.
History check if that's true.
I will not allow you to make a history check because you do not know the city up until today.
How a high elf thinks about a drow.
What do you think about
I'm
a
like
drow or the city?
Well, how drows just generally act.
As far as your interaction with drow, it's very limited. Obviously, the druid was drow. You meet a few drow here and there, and you get the feeling that you think it's more cultural difference rather than like a race difference, as drow tend to be more. They're not like as outgoing as like high elves, but they're not like solitude as wood elves. They're kind of the weird in between, and whether there's good or bad derogatives, you're not too sure. Your exposure to drow is very limited, so you aren't too sure. You just know that there's a cultural difference between elves, and drow kind of act as like an in between as far as like personality traits are.
Okay.
Well, let's give it a try. If they don't let us in, I will go in. I will ask whatever.
Yep, you cut out there.
Well, I was just saying, if go, we can go ask them to let us in. If they let us in, great. If not, I can go in and ask any questions that need to be asked. There.
Fine, that's fair.
Okay.
Right. You all start to make your way towards the city of Veth. As you do, you see the guards around you are more apprehensive than as you were walking in. Because I'm assuming you're doing disguise self on yourself again, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Grimshaw's definitely invisible.
Sure. Anything you would like to do, Davino, or Doc, or Sir?
No, I'm chilling.
All right.
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, so what the drow guards see is a female drow that they saw walk in and walk out earlier, arrived back with a Firbolg, a Godborn, and a High Elf. And Grimshaw, you are invisible amongst your ranks. They are very apprehensive, especially towards you, Divino. And as you walk up towards the gates, they don't allow you for entry. And then you just hear... You hear... What languages do you all speak?
I speak Celestial, Common, Elvish, Infernal, Primordial.
Draconic.
Okay.
Goblin, deep speech, and goblin, common, and deep speech.
Okay. And what about you, Doctor?
Common, Celestial, and Sylvan.
At first, they all speak with you with a language you don't understand. And then they speak with you in Elvish. What's wrong, sister? You don't speak our natural tongue.
Well, I actually, my mother was born here. I've never been here myself. I am visiting. Just wanted to, see the homeland. And I
And what are
brought
these outsiders doing here? Especially that high elf at the back.
Tell them we're your slaves. Say it telepathic.
They are in my employ.
Make a deception check.
Okay.
Would I be able to give her not guidance? Would I be able to use friends? Oh wait, is that for all charisma checks?
I think that's only towards you though, right?
Oh yes, towards you. Sorry.
Yep.
Never mind.
So go ahead and make
Yeah.
your check. You do add a d6 to this thanks to the spores.
Oh yes, forgot.
That could come up.
All right. Nine.
And we'll see how the guards react next time.
Wow.
On Dragon Ball Z.
Alright, so we'll see how that plan works out. So, and at that point, I'll have the city event prepared at that point. So, thank everyone for joining us here tonight. This will happen. We did this a little bit earlier because we didn't want to do it the week of Thanksgiving. So, happy early Thanksgiving to you all. Or happy Thanksgiving if you're watching this on Thanksgiving. But other than that, check out the Pocket Dimension.
Yeah.
Check out, you get to speak with me and these wonderful players, along with players from my other game, along with others I think we're having a Crystal Straw game starting up, right, Fate?
Yep.
Alrighty. So yeah, if you want to join a good community, just head up the Pocket Dimension. Link is in the description. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Wow.